All right, guys, here's your weekly housing market update. And this week was all about the Fed minutes and what they mean for interest rates and housing. Interest rates stayed near some of the lowest levels we've seen in 3 years, even after the Federal Reserve released its latest meeting minutes. And that, of course, is super important. So, what did we learn? The Fed basically said policy is getting close to neutral, meaning we're likely near the end of rate cuts for now. They're still watching inflation carefully, and they made it clear they don't want to cut too quickly and risk inflation heating back up. The labor market looks stable, and inflation has cooled, but it's still above target. And the Fed is staying data dependent. Translation with all that, less surprising volatility coming from policy headlines and markets like stability. Now let's talk housing. Housing starts and building permits both came in stronger than expected. That tells us that builders are still active and demand heading into the spring housing market remains resilient. Supply is improving, but not flooding the market. One technical thing to watch is the 10-year treasury, which dipped near 4% and bounced. That 4% level is key. If yields can break below it, we would see more meaningful improvement in long-term rates and affordability. Another positive sign, the spread between the 10-year treasury and mortgage pricing has narrowed significantly from 2023 extremes. If volatility continues to ease, that spread could tighten further, which helps overall housing conditions. Looking ahead, it's a lighter data week with consumer confidence and inflation data on the deck. The wild card, though, any tariff news that can shift inflation expectations quickly. Bottom line, the housing market remains steady, interest rates are holding near multi-year lows, and the setup heading into spring looks constructive for the Las Vegas housing market. I'm Yessie Taylor with the Taylor Group, keeping you in the loop with weekly real estate, housing, and housing market updates.